Everybody, welcome to another toy of the day here on castorscorner.com. I'm your host Cleo, here back for, another toy of the day. You can go to castorscorner.com for a full gallery of this figure as well as our past archive of figures. You can follow us. We are at Castors Corner on all social media, and you can check out the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts every Monday night. This week with our friend Rich from the Nacelle Company talking about all the projects they're working on. So really great to catch up with him and talk to him about what's coming up. So go check that out up on Apple Podcasts. So we went shopping at Mike's this week. Mike's Toys and Stuff out in California. He posted that there was a bunch of stuff in stock, and I took complete advantage of it. One of my favorite toy stores to shop at. We put in our order, paid for it. He shipped it super quick. In fact, we even have another order coming up soon. So I just really love the shop, so go check it out for sure. So we're going to take a look at the new Spider-Man 2099 from the Marvel Legends line that came on the retro card right here. And I think it's a really good figure. It's got a good body. It's got good articulation. It's well painted. It looks really good. Except this isn't the figure. So I dug out funny story about this figure. We're actually going to be talking about this figure. And I know some of you are saying they look the same. Because they are. We'll get to that in a second. So I don't know what year it was. Toys R Us was still around, if that gives you any indication. I believe it was somewhere around like 2009, 10, 11, somewhere around there. Legends was relaunching, new Build-A-Figure, new packaging style, and I was out of the game. 100% out of the game. I had stopped buying Marvel Legends. I was happy with what Toy Biz did. I wasn't thrilled about the way Hasbro had taken over the line from Toy Biz, and to be honest with you, it was just like scales off, signs are off, it's kind of weird. I'm out. I'm just done. And so for years, I avoided Marvel Legends. I kept getting maybe in and out, in and out. I sold them all off in 2012. And so somewhere in that period of time, this came out. He was part of the Hobgoblin wave, Demon Goblin, something Hobgoblin, kind of like modern hoodied Hobgoblin, weird kind of looking one. And he was part of that wave. And I picked him up at our Waterbury Toys R Us for Brian. And then years later, Brian would give him to me for either my birthday or Christmas. Because I wanted another 2099 Spider-Man. I didn't have it, so he gave it to me. And I really liked it. And then we fast forward to Hasbro announcing that the newest retro card Spider-Man is going to be $20.99. Then Mike gets it in before most other places. I order it. I get it in the mail. Thrilled to have it on the retro card. Cut it open. Love the look of the retro card here. You can see it tells you, how you can switch out the fist, just like the old action piece for it. They really nailed this look for these retro cards. And here he is. And comes with the wispy webs in the back. He comes with these grabby claw hands here. He also comes with climbing hands and fists. So I will put one on each hand. So he comes with a total of 3 pairs, so 6 hands total in the box. I really like it when they load them up on stuff like this. Now, granted, these hands are very specific to this Spider-Man because they've got the arrows on his the back of his hands. And so it's not like you can use them for different Spider-Man. Spider-Man? The joke from Friends. But it's a nice addition. Now, how do they vary? How do these change? Because I was like, oh, it's going to be on a thinner body. Oh, it's going to have a different paint. It's going to look better. It's going to be better. And then I went and pulled the old one out, and I'm like, wait, it's the same. It's the same figure. It's the same buck. No difference here. The difference here comes in 2 ways. One, this new one has a kind of matte metallic finish, whereas this one is very glossy. The symbol is much cleaner and central. You'll see it better in the pictures. This one is kind of wider and kind of, I don't want to say sloppier, but like not as descript as this one is. So I think that's a cool new nod to it. This one, you can't really change the hands, and you just get these kind of clawed hands. This one, you have the option to get a fist, get an open hand, or his climbing hands, or have the claws. So I think that's a good addition. And we get a clear webbing versus the opaque one here. So there are slight differences for sure to this one, and updates to it, but overall, it honestly is, I mean, there's paint detail differences, and you can see it right here in the elbow. The new one is a little more painted, and the lines are a little cleaner. Here you can see, whereas this one doesn't cover the forearm completely. It's kind of half and half. So overall, like, if you have this one doesn't offer a whole lot more. The problem is that this one, I know it's confusing because they just keep doing that. This one skyrocketed in price. So Legends around that time, because a lot of people got out of the line, they did a lot of very iconic looks for characters at that point, and so they haven't revisited them. So I really applaud them for getting figures like that out, looking at the secondary market, seeing which ones are kind of rising in price, and finding ways to get them back out to consumers. Gambit and Rogue are a great example. Storm, White Costume Storm, another one. Updated Spider-Man, updated, different costumes that we haven't seen in a while. So I really do like how the Marvel team does revisit. So the world does continue to unfold for you if you're collecting these. As far as articulation goes, it's the same body that we've seen before. It's super articulated. You can get a lot of cool action poses out of it, for sure. And, Spider-Man 2099, I don't know. How to say this nicely. It was Marvel's attempt at the Ultimate Universe in the 90s, and it just didn't go too well. The problem also was they printed so many of these that I found copies of it in a general store in Putney, Vermont, and I bought another copy. I think I have like 8 copies or more of Spider-Man 2099 #1, because everybody thought, oh my god, it's a Spider-Man, it's a #1, it's an all-new character, we got to get it. And then it just never went anywhere. Whereas like Miles Morales has become this thing, although he does have a cameo in Into the Spider-Verse. But I see there's a lot of similarities between those two universes, where they tried to build this future Marvel universe, and it just never really caught on. There's some diehard cult followings of it, but like it just never really became something. But 2099, this version of Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, but really did kind of step up, and you get a little bio. When a lab accidents cross half his DNA to be written with the spider's genetic code, geneticist Miguel O'Hara becomes Spider-Man. So it was Marvel's first attempt at, I think, the Ultimate Universe. The Ultimate Universe became out a lot better when they actually pulled it off, and it's partially the MCU we know today. So Mike has sold out of these, so you cannot get this at Mike's Comics stuff. He did reorder them, so hopefully soon they will be back on his shelves. But you can check other e-tailers, and if you're looking for any other Legends, check out Mike's Toys and Stuff. It's a great place to shop. So there you go, Spider-Man 2099 on the retro card from Hasbro. There you go. We got some great stuff. You can see Rodimus is back there, the Ark's back there. We got a lot of stuff coming up on the show in the next few weeks. We still haven't dug out of what came while we were away, so we're really excited about that. And thank you guys for watching. Go to castorscorner.com for a full gallery of this one, standing next to this one. You can check out our full archive there. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. And check out the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts every Monday night this week with our French friend Rich from the Nacelle Company. And join us tomorrow night. Oh, hit the subscribe button. The more of you that subscribe under either one of these guys, wherever I can't get it right there. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do, and we get to share them with you, and that's the best part of this. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another Toy of the Day here on castorscorner.com.